Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. Today we're doing a different kind of video. Maybe it might be special. But today we're talking about my movie Hot Takes. That's right, I, Captain Phoenix, the guy who likes to be as objective as possible, has bias towards some movies. I know, shocker. But anyways, everyone has hot takes. We all know those kind of people where if a movie is really popular or a movie is really well loved, we'll have someone who probably hates it. Or vice versa. There's a movie that everyone hates, but there'll be that one guy who enjoys it. Same is here for me. There are movies that people really enjoy, but I don't see the appeal, and there are movies that I really enjoy, but people must really, but there are other people who really hate it, or the general public just does not like it in any way, shape, or form. So I thought it would be cool if I would talk about my hot takes. What movies do I like that other people don't? What movies do I hate that other people like? And who knows, this could be an ongoing series. If you guys want to see more of my funny opinions, or you just want to know what kind of garbage I'm into, please leave a like down below, leave a comment, and I'll probably do a part 2 in the future. But as of now, these are just the movies I thought of and like off the top of my head, and I figured it would be a fun idea to make this into a video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with Happy Feet. That's right, the video you're watching right now. So, what's my hot take about Happy Feet? Well, apparently, a lot of people really don't like Happy Feet. Even though it won the 2006 Oscar for Best Animated Movie, people really hated it. I, on the other hand, adore this movie. I love this movie so much, and y'all are just being mean. There is so much I like about this movie. For one, the animation. You could tell they were at least trying to do something semi-different. I heard they at least did some motion capture. I know the movie itself wasn't motion capture, but I know some of it was. I also really like the animation. They actually managed to make Antarctica look like a place that was lived in, that seemed to have some, some life, some character to it. It wasn't just white blur. I really like the songs in it. Yeah, it's a jukebox musical, but goddamn, the licensed songs they got for this thing were just off the charts. I really love the chase scenes as well. Any scene where the penguins were either sliding or swimming, or hell, even running away from predators, it was just a bop. And I really like some of the themes this movie tackled. It's one of those movies that has the whole environmental message in it. As we all know, most movies that do environmental messages kind of suck, but this movie did surprisingly well. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I was a kid, when it first came out all those years ago, and I enjoy it up to now. This is a movie I look back on fondly, and I will always love this. I will always just appreciate it so much. I just love coming back to visit it. But hearing so many people trashing it over and over again for like the horrible character designs or the lame writing or whatever, I'm like, I really don't see it. I really do not see it. I genuinely enjoy Happy Feet. No irony in any way, shape, or form. I actually really like this movie. Next movie I would say I actually like that a lot of people really don't are the Hobbit movies. Who boy? Okay, I will admit there's some bias to this. I actually played the Lego Hobbit video game before I saw the movies, so I already kind of knew what I was getting into when I started watching the movies. However, I just can't help it. The movies are fun. They're just good fun. I really don't understand why people are hating on them so much. Yeah, they're nothing close to the cinematic spectacles that are Lord of the Rings, but please, you're gonna tell me that these movies are worse than the Star Wars prequels. You're really gonna look me dead in the eye and tell me that these movies are worse than the Star Wars prequels. You're joking. And what, like, I don't even understand why people say, like, they're an insult to the books, because I also read the Hobbit book. The Hobbit book is, again, a very fun book that was very much geared toward children or younger audiences. Not like the Lord of the Rings, where you definitely need to have a great attention span to read those. The Hobbit books were definitely geared toward a younger audience, and I feel like the movies adapted the book really well. Not only did they capture the essence of the book, really making it feel like it was for children, or at least again a younger audience, and giving it all that kind of slight goofiness that the Lord of the Rings movies weren't allowed to do, but at the same time, it adapted the story really well and got the themes it wanted to across. Yes, I will agree, some moments from the movies are goofy, like the whole water fight scene where like the barrel is running on orcs. I mean, for a scene, it's good, but if you take it in the context of Lord of the Rings, it's kind of silly. But everyone's also like complaining about that one scene where Legolas is like hopping from rock to like fight Bolg. I don't understand why people hate that scene. I genuinely love that scene. It's a well-made scene. Like, what is happening? I also understand there are some criticism people have. For example, I do agree with the fact that this should have been a duology instead of a trilogy. Two movies to adapt one book would have been better. I understand where people would say that Smaug probably should have been the villain of the second film and that the Battle of Five Armies should have been a lot shorter. Fair enough, I agree with that. However, I do not understand why people hate the Battle of Five Armies movie. Aside from Smaug dying at the beginning, the whole movie was just a blast. It was literally just people fighting, non-stop action in a Lord of the Rings movie. What more could you ask for? And like you have these different races just laying all these sick combos and whatnot. But no, no, no. People apparently hate fun. So I'm just gonna say right here, right now, that the Hobbit movies are fun. They are made in all good fun. They are genuinely enjoyable, and to you other people, just like learn to let go a bit. It's not insulting. It's not destroying the franchise as you know it, unlike Star Wars or something. You know, like just have fun with it. They're well made and they're good adaptations. All right, this one isn't a movie, so I'll keep it very brief. This is a TV show, called The Flash, and I hate to admit it, but The Flash is my guilty pleasure. I just kind of like watching this show. At first, I watched it unironically, like I thought it was a good show. Now I just kind of watch it unironically. I just like watching it to make fun of it, and also just so I can catching up on the thinnest layer of story they're trying to tell. And seeing as the show is ending with its next season, I might as well just stick around for the ride. I've come this far, haven't I? But no, The Flash is one of the best examples I can think of when I think of a fall from grace or a burning plane crash or just something horrible. The first 4 seasons was so amazing. This was some of the best stuff out there. Like people were saying, "Oh, best superhero TV show. This is what DC should be aiming for. Why isn't The Flash canon to the DCU?" All that stuff. But then everything from season 5 downward was just a mess. The show became so bad that in season 6, it literally became the complete opposite. They took away Barry's speed. If we can't even come to the Flash to enjoy it because of how fast he is, what are we even coming to watch anymore? And season 7 and 8 were just laughably bad. It's not even like fun anymore. It's just entertaining to watch how this juggernaut of a show came to fall on its knees. It is that horrendous. And I enjoy the crap out of it. I just enjoy watching this train wreck of a show. And I honestly cannot wait to see how it ends. Oh boy, will that be our time. Alright, I know I'm gonna get burned at the stake for this. I know I'm gonna get labeled as a faker, but it's true. Sponge Out of Water is the best SpongeBob movie. Now hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me explain. Let me explain why I say this. So for those other SpongeBob fans out there, I guess non-SpongeBob fans, there are 3 SpongeBob movies, or at least 3 cinematic SpongeBob movies. The first one that came out in 2004, the Sponge Out of Water movie that came out in 2015, and Sponge on the Run, which came out in 2020 or 2021, depending on which country you're in. So we all agree that the third SpongeBob movie sucks. That's just general consensus among SpongeBob. Sponge on the Run, worst SpongeBob movie. However, if it comes to the first two, I have some thoughts. I like the second SpongeBob movie more. And I'm gonna just be real with you, it's because of just everything in it. I found this movie to be funnier than the first one. I found it to be more lively than the first one. And I found it to just be more engaging overall. True, the marketing did lie to us. They promised us that the characters were gonna be 3D for the whole movie, but they're only 3D for like the last act. That's a flaw on the movie's part. However, I cannot deny that this movie looks good. It's funny as hell. I found this movie so much more funnier than the first one. And it has a good story to go along with it. And again, the animation is also really great on these characters. I really like the story it's taking. True, again, the story does take a while until we get to the 3D part. However, for the stories going on, it feels like a longer SpongeBob episode. And really, can you hate longer SpongeBob episodes? And I will say, it's better than the first, again, for all those reasons. And don't get me wrong, I do not hate the first SpongeBob movie by any stretch of the imagination. The first SpongeBob movie also looks great. I really like the tight story it has. I love the ending. If you don't like the ending of the first SpongeBob movie, you are insane. Alright, Goofy Goober is just iconic. And of course, I understand that the first SpongeBob movie was meant to be the series finale to the entire show. And clearly, since that's not the case anymore, looking at it factually, this movie's a lot better. And again, I really like the ending of this movie, the whole superhero aspect. I love the pirate played by Antonio Banderas. I love the seagulls, they're funny. And of course, we get to go back to Bikini Bottom at the end of the movie and just have things go back to normal. And again, the songs in this movie are also really great. Not to mention, this movie ends with an epic rap battle. How many movies do you know end with an epic rap battle? None. Exactly. And they're just spitting bars. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Sponge Out of Water is by far the best SpongeBob movie. Okay, well, not by far. I still think the first SpongeBob movie is good. It's just that this movie is marginally, there we go, that's the proper word, marginally better than the first one. But I still enjoy the hell out of it. Okay, but just so you remember, this is a hot take video. And as a hot take, I actually enjoy the same movies. Not only do I think they're the best of the Illumination movies, yes, even better than the Despicable Me movies, but I just find them to be a fun watch. You know what you're getting into when you have these movies. You have talking animals singing licensed songs. It doesn't get any more Hollywood than that. It doesn't get any more, big business suits marketing. Like, these movies were made by the guys in suits who are like, how can we milk our audience out of as much money as possible? These movies have absolutely no passion in them, and you should know this going into them. So the fact that people think that they're gonna get some kind of sentiment or passion out of these movies, please, you're lying to yourself. The same movies are made to just appease to the general audience. They're not meant to be deep or anything. They're just meant to be an hour and a half of time wastage or distracting your kids. They get your money, end of story. And really, at the end of the day, I just kind of prefer simple movies like that. Sing 2 is a lot better in my opinion, as it does kind of remind me of that one scene from Madagascar 3, the whole circus scene, except that's the entire climax. It's very colorful, very fun, and a lot of catchy songs. So yeah, I really like the ending of Sing 2. But don't get me wrong, Sing 1 also has that. They have the most barest of hearts in them. Like, yeah, there's a bit of heart in it, and Sing 2 does try, mind you, emphasis on try, on tug on the heartstrings. But at the end of the day, they're still movies made by corporations. Like, these movies aren't gonna be like Soul or anything or Finding Nemo. It's just movies that are meant to distract you and you have fun with them. And at the end of the day, that's just what I want from them. Sing movies are not only some of Illuminations' best movies, but they're just movies I like to watch because they're fun. You just turn your brain off and have fun with them. Alright? It's not like they're overly dumb, they're just meant to distract you for an hour and a half. And you know what? I really do not care. So yeah, people will trash on these movies, and by all means, please trash on them. They're not art, and they're not meant to be art. However, if you're going into this thinking that they are art, or they're supposed to be better than they are, buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm sorry to tell you that. And now we come to the last hot take. Whoo boy, let's rip this bandage off so that I can get all the dislikes in my video. But I do not like Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. Hell, I would even go so far as to say I hate Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. Both movies, the one that came out in like 2003 and the one that came out last year. I do not like these movies, and I do not plan on watching the new one in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. In fact, I'm just pissed. How is the new one getting a theatrical release, but Troll Hunters got a streaming service release? Then again, the ending of Troll Hunters is disgusting. But still, if they changed the ending, I would have rather get a cinematic release. And not to mention, both these things are based off Netflix shows. The Spirits movie is based off a Netflix show, but it gets a theatrical release, but not Troll Hunters. Bloody hell. And the first Spirit movie just annoys me. That movie is literally just yeah, I get it's artsy. Yeah, I understand the no dialogue. I've watched things with no dialogue before. It's not like I'm getting distracted watching the movie, or I think, oh well, that's a lie. The movie is hella boring, alright? But I'm not saying I'm distracted by watching it or I'm finding the story unengaging. It's just I cannot get engaged in the story in any way, shape, or form. This movie isn't like an El Dorado or a Prince of Egypt to me. It's just it's more like a Sinbad, if everything. It's just you know? I just did not enjoy Spirit Stallion and Cimarron. I found it hella boring. I found it very overrated. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination. And I feel like I'm walking on eggshells saying that because people love this movie. And I guess movies, as I know there was an audience for the one last year. People love these movies. And by all means, you're allowed to enjoy whatever you want. They're just not for me. But the problem is that everyone keeps overrating movies, saying like they're the best thing ever, better than Prince of Egypt. I'm like, bro, you do not cross the Prince of Egypt line. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, I do not enjoy these movies. And out of all my hot takes, this is the one thing I just genuinely do not enjoy watching. I mean, like, it's bad when I'd rather watch Flash or Happy Feet over this movie, but it's true. So yeah, at the end of the day, those are my hot takes. I know this video is a lot more simple, a lot more laid back. I've just kind of been stumbling here and there. There was no script for this. I just named movies I had hot takes for, and I figured I'll let my thoughts and emotions run wild. But obviously, I'll edit it down for you guys because I care about you at the end of the day. You do not need to hear my voice for more than half an hour. But yeah, so please, by all means, guys, leave your comments down below. What movie hot takes do you have? What movies do you enjoy that everyone hates? What movies do you hate that everyone enjoys? Let me, or I guess even, no, not series. Well, I mean, series do kind of count. But since it's a movie hot take, let me know down below. Also, let me know if you want to see a part 2. Let me know if I should do a series hot take, maybe. I talk about series I enjoy, but people hate, or vice versa. Or I just do movie hot takes part 2. Please leave a comment down below. Leave likes below if you want. Let's say you get this video up to 30 views. If it's up to 30 views, I will know it's successful. If not, oh well. Again, I know it's a simple video, but I figured I'd need a rest after the goddamn Pinocchio and Mask videos. Those took a lot out of me. So I figured I'd try and chat with my audience. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I am Phoenix, and with that, I will see you in another universe. Goodbye, my Rangers.